And it's another blessed morning out in South Africa, Johannesburg. My name is Nziki Mazwai. I'm here to give you my Mamiya moments. This is where we react on what's happening in the South African film. There are various chapters that we keep getting every day. So, we are just here to just try and keep up with what's happening. So, as usual, I reserve the right to remain controversial, and I'm just going to go right into it. So remember yesterday we woke up to the news that Dalimpofu had left EFF. And not only did we wake up to that, but we woke up to the news that he's actually one of the founding members of the MK, right? So, that was quite a mouthful. Even there on the interview where he was being interviewed, did you see the shock in the journalist? And these journalists, like SAPC and whatever, they've got the white people in their earpiece. So you could just see the shock translating from the control room. So that was so interesting. But you know what I found very interesting was Julius's response to him. And we're so used to Julius being rude and, it was interesting to see Julius dealing with somebody that he's scared of. Let's be honest. That's what came across. We'll see, okay. So Julius is scared of somebody. So, okay, cool. So, I was watching, I don't know where you guys are watching that thing, or is it members only or whatever, that interview with Julius. So I've only been getting bits and pieces and scraps. So I apologize if I don't get what you want to get. But here is what I picked up, right? Because I always say this to you guys, I am an energy person. So all these years, when I point out stuff, it's just because I'm like, the energy there is not feeling good. The energy is there. The energy. So I was busy reading the energy in that interview. And what I got from it, right, is that Julius actually held us ransom. Actually. Julius wanted to be the king dingaling. And then when he wasn't, he threw tantrums. That's actually the crux of it all. And it's so difficult for me because on the podcast, obviously, I invite people and I need them to still like me and to come, But, okay, one thing about my podcast is that I will not embarrass you or put you in bad light. In fact, my gift in the podcast is that I have the ability to position people in a way that boosts them. People who come to my podcast, their things go nice. So I know that I'm conscious of that, and I'm aware that I'm a platform so that people can have a place to express themselves, and so that we as the audience can actually understand the real person, As you know, with people who come to Moya, I'm not interested in what's going on. I want to know, who's the person? Why do you think like that? What happened to you? What was your experience for you to end up like who you are? So, it would have been, we've invited Julius many times, but they blue tick us, obviously because they don't think that we're that important, or they don't like us, or they undermine us. Actually, we know this. They've expressed it many times. The fighters have really expressed that they don't really rate us, which is unfortunate because I think that I'm the one person in the entire world, not even in the country, in the world, who could give Julius the interview that he needs for him to clean up the mess that he's making right now. He's clearly surrounded by yes men. And the danger with yes men is that you will walk to the gallows with them and they are saying yes, yes, yes. Then when you fall in, they're going to step back. So, first, I want to say that Julius is surrounded by vultures and opportunists. That's what is left. And I've been trying to communicate this. Well, not trying. I've been saying this on my Twitter accounts for a while, where I was just like, the people around Julius and Floyd, why are they getting involved in the fight? It means that they've been waiting for years. They've been waiting in the wings for years. Floyd was, you know? So now what they're seeing is moving Floyd gives them opportunities. So Julius is surrounded by people like that. And they're going to kill him. And I don't mean it in, oh, YouTube, Ghana. I must actually mute that out if I can find a way. But I don't mean unalive like Batum Gwaza or poison. I just mean that the people around you can make you or they can break you. And Julius, because he's only had Floyd around him for the past 30 years or what, he has not developed other relationships and secure spaces. The fact that he's a bully has created a situation where it's enabled his weaknesses to thrive because of who he's put around him. So I think what we can learn from Julius Malema is that it's important who you surround yourself with, you know? It's all very well to have relationships where everybody's laughing and bigging you up all the time, especially the people who got main character syndrome. It's very nice to always just have good PR, but it doesn't develop your character. It doesn't develop your character, which is why now Julius at 43 years old is throwing tantrums instead of getting on with it. His character didn't get developed because everybody was always groveling to him and allowing him to be the bad, ill-disciplined, ill-mannered human being that he was being. I mean, for decades, that's another thing with South Africans. You guys have got a way of applauding rubbish. You got a way of just applauding rubbish. When a person is badly behaved, you guys have just got a way of respecting it. So we are in this because of you also. Because when Julius was swearing at grown-ups and swearing at us, you were laughing and applauding. Bo Floyd, now the wrath is on you, and now you know what it feels like. But when the fighters were doing it to other people, you were sitting there on your high horse nicely. So Julius is a monster that the people around him have created. And the sad part is that, I mean, when I feel with my heart, I can feel that Julius is a beautiful person, very charismatic. Uyathandeka, you know. However, he's ill-disciplined. And he's ill-disciplined because he's been the king dingaling for so long. And even when he was king dingaling, it wasn't from a good place, you know. Even the way, remember, who's this guy? Is it Katli or what? The one who always goes, absolutely, absolutely. The one who just got fired. He's a product of Julius. That's what Julius taught them. Julius taught fighters how to speak rudely to people, how to engage rudely. And that's why it's important what kind of leaders you choose, guys. Because a leader is going to be a central figure. It's going to be on a stage. And therefore, people are going to start mirroring and emulating the leader. So if we want to build a people that is disciplined, has got integrity, is principled, we are going to need a leader that has integrity and is principled and has got ethics. If that's what we want in society, we're going to have to choose that as an example. But you just can't choose someone and say, oh, we like how you look. Oh, we like whose child you are. We like, and then say you're the leader, because then that's how you get into the situation that we are in now with EFF. Is that you guys were like, no, the this one's popular, this one's popular. That's what they talk about when they're saying populist. When they're saying someone is popular, what it actually comes down to is what is right is not always popular. And what's popular is not always right. So that's what you guys did. Because Julius was popular, you thought that that's right. And now you've created a monster. And now look what you've done to the Black liberation struggle. Because you created a dictator who was a law unto himself, whose ego was huge. Julius is in this situation because of himself. He put himself in that situation with the way that he treated people, the way he spoke to people, the way he ran EFF. So as we see this once mighty organization crumble, and guys, it's crumbling. I can see a lot of you are in denial, you know? And I watched some of the EFF podcasts, well, not the main one, but I was easy. You know, it's so interesting watching something die, because you watch people trying to like act like it's not dying, and then that just becomes the interest. So that's why I watch these podcasts, because I'm just like, whoa, is this how you reason to yourselves? I need to explain something to the fighters. Much again like the popular thing. What's right is not always popular, and what's popular is not always right. Guys, quality is bigger than quantity. The quality of your leadership shall govern where you are going. And when we look at the EFF leadership, guys, it's leaders who have been given the positions to protect Julius. It's not leaders who are leaders in society where everybody respects them. That's another thing that I always find like a little bit like, I'm like, oh, some of you guys get office jobs and then the title gives you the power. But then you don't have organically, you don't have the power. Yeah, understand? So a lot of the SG or what those fancy titles you've got, we actually don't know you people. We know your names as part of EFF, but in society, you hold no weight whatsoever. Outside of EFF events, if you go to somewhere, nobody knows you. Nobody cares. Julius just put you there to protect himself. So that's why you are all hanging on so desperately to EFF, because you can see that your money is going. And you can see that without EFF and without Julius putting you on, you actually ain't shit. So that's what the scramble in EFF, trying to convince us that it's still alive. It's not, guys. You're hanging on because you need your counselor positions and your what and your titles. You're scared because the ground has shifted, and the ground has shifted. Remember what you did to me when I was trying to cover your election event in Durban? Do you remember the level of arrogance and how you were just unnecessarily mean and arrogant and obnoxious? And that at that point, that was when I knew you were going down, because the great fall comes after pride. And when I saw you do that, and you did it publicly, and your leaders kept quiet and watched you abuse me, now look at you. Now look at you. So I want to tell you the truth. The brick that the builder refused shall be the cornerstone. And next time you will learn to discern. You will learn not to hail people because we like them. Someone is not a leader because you like them. Someone is not a leader because you like them. So I think you need to go reflect, guys. I need to go reflect, need you to go reflect on what is a leader, what makes a leader, um, what kind of society are you trying to build, right? Because when both Floyd and both Julius were the society, the leaders you chose, I think you remember it was the culture of slay queens and uh, lounges and drinking. You see this culture in Yabo man and the slay queens and the designer things that the Mkaba men wear. That is the culture that was created by the Julius and Floyd era, right? So can I just request that when you choose a leader next, at least choose someone who's not materialistic and someone who doesn't come from poverty and angakabugi izinto, yabo? Because that's also where we went wrong. Like we're easy to imali, guys. Stand izinto, guys. Nitanda bo Gucci na bo Guess, guys. So I just need you guys to think hard next time you choose your leaders. And I just wanted to say that, damn, damn. When Julius was telling the story, sometimes it's better just to keep quiet, actually. Because when he was like, then they told me that they want to break down EFF. What? They want to break it down. And what I'm hearing is, what? You want to take away my kingdom? You want to take away my kingdom? That's what Julius is fighting about. He did not want to merge EFF with MK because he don't want to take away his kingdom. That's why we're here. Because Julius was just like, no, I'm the boss. Only I can be the boss. No. So that's why we're here now. Because Julius wants, excuse me, wants to be the boss. He wants to be the leader. And I heard the reasons of Ngamalala saying that, no, the adults are not going to be voting for EFF. And they're not. We are certainly not. We were not. Even if they'd done that, we were not going to vote for EFF. EFF is crass, immature, childish. We were not. EFF is the youth league of politics, of SA politics. So making everybody merge into EFF would have been a dumb-ass move because nobody would have come. We would not have come. The smartest thing would have just been for EFF to merge with MK, as we had said. When the elections were going and you could see the direction, we said do the clever thing. But you know what the problem was? Julius's ego. Julius wants to be, it's his kingdom. So actually our problem was Julius and Ngamalala. Though that's our problem. Because the two cult leaders want to be the king of the jungle. And that's also why they don't get voters like me. Because I'm not trying to follow no cult. I don't grovel to Julius. I don't grovel to Ngamalala, guys. I've never been the type of person who grovels to anybody. And then I'm going to go with what feels right. But the part where I have to hero worship another human being is something that I am not signing up for. It will never happen. So even you people who invite me to your political parties, I will never get to a political party and then grovel down to the cult leader. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not somebody who is part of cults. I use discernment when I choose my leaders. So, again, for as long as our politics are centered around the cult leader, we're fucked. We are fucked. Can we move away from the cult politics, please? Can we center ourselves around ideas and policies so that the people can come and go as they wish, but the organization stands because it stands for this, it stands for this, it stands for this. So I don't feel sorry for anybody. I'm not going to grovel for any of these men at all. They will grovel for me. Thank you very, very much for joining me today. Let's chat in the comment section. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Please also try to join. It's only 20 Rand a month and it helps us create more content. And I know you guys love this content. So, once again, I reserve the right to remain controversial. This is Ntiki Mazwai signing out.